just sort of holding, waiting to see if it went over?
Well, I mean, I had to stay through, to be honest. In a lot of, I think on a lot of points throughout throughout the match, it was very frustrating. Frustrated the first two sets. I'm not gonna lie. It was I felt all the time I was creating the game and I was doing more with the ball, but also in the same time I was doing more mistakes. So it was extremely frustrating for me to just not being able to convert any of those shots and even stay in his service game, which for me was also a part where I was reading the serve very well, but I was just not able to do something with it, and it was very. Honestly, I felt very strange at some point because I was thinking, what am I doing that is so wrong? Because I stepped back, it didn't work. I stepped closer, it didn't work. So the ball was kind of skidding through a lot on very specific places. And then, I don't know, I thought to myself in the third, I said, okay, I'm actually playing very good. So it's not like I'm playing poorly, so let's just get on with it and start to be a little bit more aggressive. And I think that third set, was 6-1. It really kind of I saved up on some gas. I knew he might be struggling a little bit in the fourth, but he's a very tough opponent. So I didn't let go of the pedal on that one. And then I think that fifth set was a joke. That was a joke.
Well, what does it feel like to come through a fight like this at this point in your career, especially?
Oh, it's great. It's amazing. I mean, there's not much to say other than how good is that. I mean, and to feel my body good as well with no pain or anything. It's fantastic. I mean, yeah. I wish all the players at that age they feel that way. To be honest, I mean, it's great. I mean, I'm very, I think, pleasantly surprised. A lot of hard work paid off. Great for all the team to see that. Great for my fitness coach to see that. I think just overall, it's a great validation, I would say, for everyone that has been helping me throughout the years, and at the same time, it's a great. I think it's my first match that I'm coming back from 2 sets to love, if I remember correct.
I was wondering about that, if I had it wrong or not.
Yeah, I started thinking a little bit, and I cannot remember another one that I've lost. I remember I've lost the fifth, but never won it, I would say, yeah. So, yeah, for the first time after so many years, absolutely.
Nice.
I'll take it, yeah. Yeah.
We're at sort of an interesting time of transition in tennis with Rogers gone now and Rafa announcing that he's going, and you're younger than them, but you're also not Carlos Alcaraz. You're sort of this tweener, and I just sort of, where do you view yourself in that middle ground as far as where you are in your career?
It's I don't think it's the topic for me that I personally like to discuss, but this is what I'm gonna say. For me, we were that generation in between, and how many of us are playing around that age that I'm at? I mean, there's not that many players that are 32, 33 right now on tour that are keep on going and stuff. I mean, there are a few, yes, but it's a very, for me being from that part of the generation, I can definitely see every transition, so to speak, and I think now I think we're gonna see more transition overall. I mean, clearly Alcaraz has set the bar very high for all the youngsters that are around 20. So for sure he has set up the bar very high. For me personally, I would love to see how everything is gonna unfold in the next 2-3 years. I think we'll be surprised how many changes we'll have.
Can I ask you your next match, Andy? You played some great matches with him over the years.
Yeah.
How do you? But the coaching, Danny and Jamie obviously know him pretty well. How do you think that changes the dynamic of the match?
No, I mean I've played. I don't know how many times we've played. A lot.
11.
11. Okay, so 11 times. So I think there's no secrets with or without the coaches coming out there on the court. But it's another match that I need to treat like every other match, really. And Andy's been playing better and better. He seems more, more safe, more excited on the court. He starts going for his shots a lot. So, I mean, it's going to be I'm expecting a very tough match, to be honest. There's in a way that's all. I'm sure we both of us are going to treat that as every other match.
And was Danny in particular, I think he's here with you. Will you sit down and talk to him specifically about Andy?
I mean, we all talk a lot about that. I mean, just me, Jamie, and Danny. We like to talk about any opponent that we play and any opponent that we actually like to watch and anything like that. So of course we will talk about it. But as I said, it's not gonna be any crazy strategies or something like that. It's a pretty straightforward match, I would say.
The Wimbledon 2014, is that your favourite memory of matches with Andy?
No. My favorite with him is in Acapulco.
Why that?
It's easy to play when you're in the zone. I think it's easy to do a lot of things when you're in the zone and in that state of flow that everything just goes on, and it was a straight set win. But I think the one in Acapulco was the one where I felt like it was a very hard fought one, and then I think that's the one that for me personally sticks out the most.
Where's the joy in the sport for you now compared to when you first fell in love with tennis?
Where's the
whole
joy?
Process too, the practices, the match play, the competition, all of it.
Let's rephrase that, the joy, because I always have joy when I'm out here, and I mean let's put it.
You're missing. I'm just saying, what level is it for you now?
Okay.
Do you get the joy out of the sport as much as you always have?
Definitely, I would say yes, but there are definitely moments where you need to pace yourself different. And I think this is where the moment comes where you need to look after your body a little bit more. You need to see what you eat, see how you're gonna schedule the whole week of practice. Like those gaps that sort of when you're younger, like those type of gaps you can have fairly like often. Like maybe you skip like I don't know, like a meal, you might have an extra cheat meal, you might sleep less and you're still gonna feel good. Now it's different for sure. I mean you see it. I mean but I'm also enjoying that part of it, I think, a lot more now. Like I feel like more comfortable in my own skin with everything that I do, from eating whatever I have to do to going to bed at 9:30 and still feel very happy to wake up and have a first thing coffee in the morning and go for a walk at 6:30. I mean, but it's just how I've I think adapted myself to every year being on tour. I mean, I've been doing it I don't know how many years now, but I feel like every year I'm more and more like comfortable and I feel like I have a lot of leverage over a lot of players in the sense of experience. Of course, there's better players at the moment than me and anything like that. There's no doubt. But by me doing all these things, I give myself another chance, and I think that's where, until I have racket, I think I have a chance.
You were #1 junior. You won Junior Wimbledon. I'm sure when you started on the main tour, you thought, I'm going to win some slams here. I could win slams. Mm-hmm. Do you still think that, or was there a time that you thought to yourself, well, I might not win one? And, things change in the way you look at this.
You always think about both sides, to be honest. I mean, have I lost this match? I would say no, right? But then if now I wanted that, I'm going to say yes. However, as I said, we're in a very particular spot in our sport right now where a lot of players are starting to play good. I think also a lot of players are starting to believe in themselves more, of the sort of the higher ranking guys. Like, from 50 to 100, there's not that much of a difference, to be honest. And from 50 to 20, it's not that big either. 20 to 10, it's there, but you still if you get like a hypothetical good draw somewhere and all that, and if you use it, things can go also in a very positive way. So, as I said, while I have a racket in my hand, I really like my chances, and I still believe that there's a few things that I slightly can improve. And if you have the belief, if the body is holding up well, you know, anything can happen. We've seen crazy things over the years, and I mean, in the end, you also ask yourself, why not? And I think in our sport, it's vital to try to remain positive and excited. I think throughout the time. I know it's very hard. Don't get me wrong.
I was thinking, 'cause some players must feel like
Yeah.
there's very little chance they could win a slam, but you might win a 250 or a 500.
Of course.
So you're almost in very different tours.
Yeah, but also for me, like, even yeah, exactly. But even if I have, my point is, even if I have, it's been a while since I've won actually a tournament overall. So I'm trying to set my goal on something that it's like doable right now as well. I'm not saying I'm not able to do it, especially like if I have enough in my tank and everything. As I said, like if I'm moving well and I'm feeling good on the court and all that. Yes, there will be players that I think they can for sure beat me, but also there's a lot of players I can beat as well. So, you know, for me to think of a slam right now, it's good, but I have it as in a different space in my head right now, because I know, you know, if I go by priorities, will be I want to go back to top 10. I want to win just an event again, you know, so you can ramp up and start having that belief even more.